Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be mostly based off of Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28 in regards to the Lord's spirits of vengeance. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read some precepts, break them down, and Lord's will, you're edified. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that's right. The Lord has many spirits of vengeance that he uses to execute his judgments upon the earth. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Yeah, so when people get mauled by a bear or by a tiger or by a dog, that's the teeth of wild beasts. People get stung by scorpions, bitten by snakes. Those are spirits of vengeance. Because the Heavenly Father, he controls everything. He controls people. He controls animals. He controls the insects. He controls the elements. He's in control of every living thing. It says, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. And the modern day sword is the gun. And every time you turn around, especially here in America, there's a shooting happening. Men are getting shot, women are getting shot, children get shot. And they either get wounded or they get killed. And like it said in this previous fire, all these different types of fires, car fires, apartment fires, these e-bike, e-scooter fires, wildfires, brush fires, hail, like hailstorms, famine, people starving to death, and death itself is a spirit of vengeance. And they were created by the Lord to execute his judgments. So when you hear stories about people dying or being wounded from fires, or people dying from these storms and tempests of the Lord, or dying in an earthquake, or drowning, or being being struck by lightning, or being shot, being stabbed, when people commit suicide, all of these things are the judgments of the Lord. Like it says, death is a spirit of vengeance. So if someone gets shot and they die, that's because the Lord sent death upon them. He sent his spirit of vengeance upon them. Same with people getting stabbed. Same with these plane crashes where all these people have died. Car crashes where people die. Fires where people die. Earthquakes. All of these things. These are all created for vengeance. Created to execute the judgments of the Lord upon those that he is angry with. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. That's why he's called the Most High, because there is no one higher than him. There is no one equal to him. It says, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And how do you think the Heavenly Father wounds and kills? Through his spirits of vengeance. That's why it says that the spirits of vengeance, in their fury, they lay on sore strokes. Because they were sent to appease the wrath of him that made them. And when you look up the definition of appease, it means to satisfy. So the Heavenly Father, he's angry with the wickedness of these people. And then he sends his spirits of vengeance to lay judgment upon them. Whatever kind of judgment he determined. Whether that's for them to get wounded or killed in a fire, or in a car crash, or in a plane crash, or be attacked by some wild animal, or get stabbed up, shot up. These are the judgments of the Heavenly Father, and his spirits of vengeance are the ones who execute those judgments. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So this links up with Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28, where it says that the spirits of vengeance appease the wrath of him that made them. The Heavenly Father, he's angry with the wicked every day. Wicked men, wicked women, wicked children. He's angry with them. So then he sends his spirits of vengeance to punish these people in whatever way he sees fit. See, the Heavenly Father, he comes up with the plan. He comes up with how, these judgments are going to play out. And then his spirits of vengeance just execute the judgment. Because that's exactly what they were created to do. So when you read or hear about stories of somebody going on a shooting spree, a mass shooting, school shooting type thing, that person was a spirit of vengeance being used by the Lord to execute judgment upon whoever gets wounded and killed in that shooting. Luke 21:22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And you see all the judgment that's taking place on the earth every day. Because we're living in the days of vengeance. We're living in the days where the Heavenly Father is really turning things up in regards to using his spirits of vengeance to execute judgments, to execute his judgments upon the earth. And things are just going to get increasingly worse. More people are going to get wounded. More people are going to get killed. There's going to be more destruction upon the earth. All in accordance to the will of the Lord. And majority of people have no idea. They think, that somebody who stabs somebody or shoots someone, they're just a bad person. They don't know that person was a spirit of vengeance sent by the Lord. All these fires and storms and tempests and earthquakes that have been happening, they don't know that that's judgment of the Lord. They're thinking that it's Mother Nature or that it was some random incident. But there is no such thing as random or an accident, because that would mean that if it was an accident, it didn't happen on purpose. But if the Lord controls everything and that's why these things happen, then it did happen on purpose because the Heavenly Father wanted it to happen. So he made it happen. And nothing is random because, once again, the Heavenly Father creates these judgments. So it's not random. It didn't just come out of nowhere. Like the Heavenly Father sent his spirit of vengeance to this specific location to execute his judgment. So there's no such thing as a random thing or an accident. It's all according to the Heavenly Father's will. If he wants there to be destruction, then there'll be destruction, like what happened out there in Southern California with the wildfires. If he wants people to get wounded and killed, that's what's going to happen. Everything is in the hand of the Lord. Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is in the midst of every judgment that takes place. The Heavenly Father is the one calling the shots. He's the one pulling the strings. He's the one setting things up. His spirits of vengeance just execute that judgment that the Heavenly Father decided he wanted. And it says he will not do iniquity. And when you look up the definition of iniquity, it means wickedness. So when the Heavenly Father kills people through his spirits of vengeance, that's not him being wicked. Those people had it coming because they angered the Lord. They're out here committing adultery, eating abominable foods, doing drugs, participating in, wicked sexual acts and things of that nature. They're just doing abominable things in the eyes of the Lord. So these people, they have to get punished. That's why it said in Psalm 7 and 11 that the Heavenly Father is angry with the wicked every day. Because every day people are out here doing things that are pissing him off. And now those people have to reap what they've sown. And like it says, every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. And that's why every day something's happening. People are getting wounded. People are getting killed, There's destruction taking place. Every single day. Because every day the Lord is judging people for the wickedness that they have done. And seeing as we're in the days of vengeance, these judgments are just going to keep happening. They're going to happen a lot more frequently. And they're going to get more brutal. They're going to get more intense. They're going to get more gruesome. And this is just what it is. And that's why those of us of the hopeful elect, we're never caught off guard by these judgments when we see them take place. In the sense of like reading about them or hearing stories about them, or sometimes in real time you see a judgment take place. But we're not, shocked by it because we already know what time and season we're living in. We know we're living in the days of vengeance. We know what to expect. We know a lot more bodies are going to drop out here. So as we're seeing more bodies drop, we're like, yeah, we already expected this. Meanwhile, these wicked people out here, these simple-minded people who don't know what's going on, they're constantly shocked. Every time something happens, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But if you were paying attention, you would believe it. If you were locked into the scriptures, you would believe it. But they're not. These people are not circumspect. They're not paying attention. They're not locked into the scriptures. So everything that's happening surprises them. scares them, catches them off guard. You know, but those of us of the hopeful elect who fear the Lord, who are constantly watching and reading and praying and fasting, we're the ones who are not going to be caught off guard. And Ottawa and Ratazah, those of us of the hopeful elect, are actually of the elect, and we've been slated to endure unto the end and be saved, while the rest of these people have been slated to be destroyed for their continual wickedness. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakudash, the Wada Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Ottawa and Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.